Audra concocts a new scheme involving Nate, and Devon discovers that Daniel cheated on Lily. Hello everyone, my name is Oliver. Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and give this video a like up. At work, Summer and Chelsea discuss the spring collection. Chelsea notes that Summer is in a nice mood. Summer says her life has taken a positive turn recently. Chelsea wonders if she is referring to her romantic life. Does it involve chance perhaps? Summer smiles, maybe, and assures Chelsea that she had nothing to do with his and Sharon's breakup. Chelsea hasn't seen her that cheerful in a long time. Summer can't wait to see what comes next. They're going to lunch today, and she's nervous. Chelsea is going to get Billy and offers that they go together. At Chancellor Winter's, Chance expresses gratitude to Billy for taking him under his wing and showing him around. Billy says that he wasn't overly thrilled at first. Chance can acknowledge he was mistaken. He now has a new plan for his life, on several fronts. Billy wonders if he misses police enforcement. Chance informs him that he falls asleep and wakes up thinking about the firm. Billy believes that was the appropriate decision for him and the Chancellor Winters. Chance is all in. Billy begs him to fill him in on what else is going on in his life. He knows how things ended with Sharon. Nate discovers Audra at a table, prepared to order lunch. He realizes something is wrong, and she explains that her ambitions to take over Gerbot were blown out of proportion. Nate isn't shocked, given that she's partnered with a schemer like Tucker McCall, who has surely abandoned her. Audra snaps at him to avoid the judgy tone. If anyone can pull off a coup, it's Tucker. His infatuation on Ashley drove him to make some unwise decisions. Nate believes she is better off not being tied to Tucker. She does not require strategies to succeed. Audra isn't sure whether her job at Newman will endure. I may have overstepped with Nikki. Nate wonders if Nikki learned about Audra's plans to jump ship to J-Bot. Audra refuses, questioning why she should confide in him when he despises the Newmans. Nate denies feeling that way and insists he still considers her a friend. He inquires, is this about Nikki's sobriety? At Society, Abby notices that Heather and Daniel have Devon's undivided focus. He wonders if it's just him, or if they share a vibe that goes beyond friendly. Abby mentions that they have a child and a history. Do you think there's something more going on? Heather asks Daniel whether he feels self-conscious because Abby and Devon are present. Daniel points out that they're not doing anything improper. This is a follow-up to what they did at his residence. Heather inquires, so, what are you saying? Now that we're back in the real world, do you regret what we did? At Devon's table, he tells Abby that since Heather returned to town, it's been difficult to think Daniel doesn't still have feelings for. That was the love of his life. Abby agrees that it's difficult to remember how much time they've spent together when Lily is away. She inquires about the seriousness of Lily and Daniel's relationship. Devon does not think they are madly in love, but he has moved into her building. He just hopes Daniel's not messing with her emotions. Across the room, Daniel assures Heather that he wouldn't have felt the way he did. Up to this point, it was fantastic. They all agree. Heather had mentioned that it felt meant to be, and Daniel recalled that. In his opinion, she is not mistaken. Part of him is torn, and she knows it. The one who cheats isn't Daniel. Think of yourself like the guy who's going to get back what he lost, Heather says. Daniel remembers losing hope when he realized he was the one responsible for everything going wrong, particularly when she moved on. He overcame that with Lily's assistance. Heath inquires as to whether or if he and Lily are equally magical. But can we do this again? Daniel asks after telling her what a fantastic day it was. I mean, is it possible to redo this without making a fool of ourselves? Fear has no hold over Heather. As a family, they are full of promise for the future. Concerned about harming Lily, Daniel frets. This, he knows, must originate with him. Heather thinks he should just tell her. Daniel never in a million years imagined that they would have another opportunity. Heather denies that moving back in wasn't intentional. Daniel playfully suggests that he has doubts about that. While they're across the room, Devon explains to Abby that it's difficult to turn a blind eye when both of their senses are acute. Abby is hesitant to play a role. Since Lily is an adult, it is their responsibility to settle the matter. Chancellor Winter's board member Abby attempts to redirect the conversation to her while Devon writhes. Over dinner, Heather and Daniel discuss his transformation into the man she loves again. As their time together increased, her thoughts reverted to the way things were before. Am I to blame? It seemed like Daniel's entire world was spinning out of control when he lost them. According to Heather, the most difficult thing she had to do was to separate from him. Even though he spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to get her back, Daniel knew he had to let go and go on. What if I had it to do over again? A nagging thought keeps popping into his thoughts. According to Heather, all they need to do is give themselves another chance to get there. Chance, Summer, Chelsea, and Billy walk in on Audra and Nate while they are talking about Nikki's drinking at the GCAC. Nate informs Audra that he observed Nikki imbibing alcohol. She informs him that she told Nikki the truth about her alcoholic father. She was under the impression they clicked at first, but now she's worried she may have been too dramatic. Maybe she's giving it too much thought, says Nate. Nikki may feel uneasy going forward because of what Audra said about how she should have never revealed so much about herself. Professionalism is all that is required of her. After being completely honest with Nikki and offering my support, do you still think I made a mistake? Everyone at the opposite table thinks it was a great idea that Billy suggested they have lunch together. In celebration of Chance's new and exciting career, Chelsea raises a glass. Summer wants to place an order since she is hungry. Chance and she joke about hot dishes. Interrupting, Billy wants to know Chance's thoughts on buying out another business. Chance inquires as to Summer's strategy in dealing with Marchetti. Nikki will see through Audra's facade of professionalism and expose her vulnerability, which scares Audra across the room. The effects of her drunkenness on her mental health are evident to Nate. Regardless of whether Nikki gets sober again, Audra warns that her drinking is going to get the best of her. At Society, Daniel confides in Heather his deepest desire to reclaim what they lost since the day they departed. He still doesn't believe it's happening. However, informing Lily is the primary responsibility. Until she finds out, I can't proceed. He intends to arrange for a journey to California so they can meet in person. I know this isn't easy for you, Heather says as she puts her hand on Daniel's. Pulling away, Daniel approaches Devon and politely requests to speak privately. Nods Devon's head in scorn. While Daniel and Devon take a step back, Daniel explains that he needs to clarify something so that nobody is confused. Devon is hoping he'll inform him that he's making an exaggerated interpretation of their relationship between Heather and himself. It's not Daniel's. This, he claims, was unintentional, yet it's happening. He plans to see Lily in California. Please tell her this from me. I'm hoping you'll agree. While Devon acknowledges Daniel's point, he expresses amazement that Daniel didn't inform him that he was misinterpreting things. What am I going to do? Daniel says with a sneer. Will I continue to make excuses and lie to you? That's great news for Devon. Although Daniel expresses deep concern for Devon's sister, he and Heather still have untold chapters in their story. Although Devon is relieved that he is finally coming clean, he can't help but wish he could punish him for betraying his sister. Devon tells Daniel he's been there, done that, when Daniel offers him to swing if he so desires. The effect was counterproductive. While Lily is dealing with everything with Matty, Daniel asks Devon if he knows where Lily's mind is at the moment. Abby approaches Heather and speculates that Daniel wanted to speak to Devon about their relationship status. He's afraid that his sister will be devastated if he and you reconcile. Is he correct? No one wants Lily to get wounded, but Heather won't get into it. Abby informs Heather that she warned Devon against becoming entangled, but that he loves and protects Lily nevertheless. She empathizes with Heather's feelings, but it's unfair to exploit their shared past, and I pray that isn't her problem. While they're in the foyer, Devon informs Daniel that Lily is currently preoccupied with supporting her daughter as she goes through a difficult time. After she's in a better spot, Daniel thinks he should wait to tell her. She needs to return to her job. They depart after Chance suggests he should as well. Summer and Chance, in Chelsea's opinion, make the cutest couple. Billy says he wishes Summer and Kyle could reconcile their family, but knows that will never happen. His job stability will improve if Chance is happy and in love. As he wonders, nobody's ever done that before. He realizes that Chance admires him. Then Chelsea plants a kiss on his lips. While Audra demonstrates her humanity, Nate wonders if Nikki will punish her. According to Audra, she hasn't done a thing as of yet. If she has caused harm, Nate says she should fix it. Not sure if it's worth it, Audra wonders, up there, you won't find any space. I can't give up now. There must be a way for me to ascend. Nate wonders if she should rein in her wildly ambitious personality. That he's as driven as she is, if not more so, makes Audra laugh. In that respect, we are very similar. For that reason, I must establish my own security system. Her own bold and possibly lucrative scheme has been in the works for some time. Since there are too many people in the dining area, she brings Nate upstairs so he can hear more. Summer, standing at the entrance, laments that they must leave at this moment. After some consideration, Chance proposes a formal dinner date. Would this be considered a formal first date? She inquires. Chance purrs. Definitely not. During their time together in Audra's suite, Nate probes for the kind of information that would be too sensitive to share with the public. According to Audra, Tucker is involved. You don't learn, do you? Nate asks with a squint. She has no reason to work with Tucker once more. He won't have Audra on his side. Her intention is to foil his plot. Remember Glissade, his new business? It is going to be under my control. You should provide me a hand, too. Nate is perplexed as to why she would believe he would wish to become involved. Audra brings up the fact that he would never rise above his current position at his family's business. As long as Billy and Chance are together, Lily and Devon will remain at the top. The shuffle has already gotten you lost. Nate claims he will have the same amount of input as everyone else. With her, Audra disputes this and reminds out that he would be on equal footing. And there's also the joy of defeating Tucker. Sitting on a chair, Nate asks, "You've really betrayed the guy, haven't you?" "Yeah, he gave me no choice." Audra purrs as she gently sits up. "You must be able to perceive the possibilities." While Chance is developing a fresh perspective on Billy, Chelsea in the dining room finds this quite amusing. Billy acknowledges that it feels good when she refers to him as a hero. He has gained the faith of even his mother. Chelsea is of the opinion that relocating to Chancellor Winters is the best option. Heather and Daniel discuss what they discussed with Devon and Abby at Society. According to Daniel, he informed Devon that his suspicions were correct and that he wished he could be the one to inform Lily. "I don't think that right now is the time to pile this on her," he informed him, adding that Lily is entirely occupied with Matty. Upon hearing him, Heather asks, "What does that imply for us?" "Just until Lily's in the right place emotionally for me to tell her." Daniel feels they should temporarily halt proceedings. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe my Isa Media to our channel and stay with TS.